First of all, I think we owe everyone an apology for never getting around to our Ghostbuster review. Max will explain why we didn't do it.
Well, you could have done it by yourself, but
Max refused to see the movie with me.
yeah, I decided not to spend my money by going to the theaters. The whole point of marketing is to convince the, potential customers to pay money into your product. And, of course, the first Ghostbusters trailer didn't quite do it for a lot of people, and that's what sparked the whole controversy. And for some reason, Sony just kind of decided to put fuel in the fire and turn it into something that it wasn't. And while it did generate a lot of buzz, it didn't generate my interest to go see this movie.
It just rubbed you the wrong way.
Yes, exactly. That's what I'm trying to say. It rubbed me the wrong way. It rubbed a lot of people the wrong way, and that's unfortunate because it doesn't sound like they're gonna make enough money to make that sequel.
Yeah, I just read that news, I think last night, that the movie did not perform well enough at the box office to warrant a sequel. There is still some talks about doing an animated TV series maybe, or some kind of follow-up, but it looks like a live action movie is nixed.
Unlikely.
Yep. And I think that's too bad, actually, because when it comes down to it, I didn't think it was a bad movie. It's definitely not a great movie. And
I've heard a lot of mixed
opinions
opinions
on it, but
from
it was okay. It was okay. Definitely doesn't hold a candle to the original. But then again, the Ghostbusters 2, it's not like that's like the greatest movie in the world.
Yeah, but then again, it's been a while since I've seen that movie.
Yeah.
I mean, I've seen the first movie more, I've seen the sequel, but...
So we're not going to do an in-depth review on Ghostbusters, just my quick opinion. It's okay. It's okay.
Week before, we actually ended up seeing another movie that, The Secret Life of Pets.
Yes.
Which was, ironically, the one movie trailer from the last review that I said I was the least interested in.
Yeah. My coworkers wanted to go see it. We decided to just go as a group, and why not? We checked it out.
Have a night out.
We showed up late, so we didn't see any of the trailers, so we're not going to be talking about that, really.
Yeah.
So let's just talk about the movie real quick while I can still remember it. It was, right off the bat, the movie opened up with a really annoying song about how this was New York, and they say it about 50,000 times.
I mean, as a family movie, it's fine to take to your kids and
nothing offensive.
It just had some pacing issues.
It had a lot of pacing issues, and also, honestly, the tales and the connections between the characters and their relationship is not developed enough to really care about their character development or their story arc. There's two parallel plots going on. You've got Max the dog and Duke, who are lost and trying to find their way home, and then you've got their friends who are searching for them in the big city. I mean, just saying it aloud, you can see this is not a very unique tale. This is a kind of story that's been tackled many times before, and so you see a lot of cliches.
Nothing necessarily new, but like you said, not necessarily offensive, but
still kind of a disappointing movie overall. There's a lot of pieces here where they could have really told a heartfelt story that hits right here. But
they came close at one time.
Yeah, there's one sequence in the movie where they come pretty close, where you're learning about Duke's backstory and about his elderly owner, and it never quite, reaches that emotional climax that a movie like this really should to be a memorable film.
Yeah. It was a relatively safe movie.
Yeah, not a lot of risks. The voice acting was not particularly memorable. Max was played by Louis C.K., of course.
He has the notes.
Awesome comedian. He is one of my favorite comedians right now. But there's nothing about his performance that really justified going after Louis C.K. I felt like they just kind of threw him into that role, and
seems like a theme in a lot of these animated movies. Not that it's bad, but I don't know. sometimes I think there's certain names that they go after simply because of their names and not necessarily their talent.
That was probably the case here. And then you had his friend Duke, or okay, at first they're button heads, but of course they become friends.
Yeah.
Over the course of adventure, they learn about themselves and about each other and become friends. But Duke was played by Eric Stonestreet. Again, there's nothing particularly about his performance was that memorable. He did fine, but whatever. I could say that about everyone, really. The only standout performance in this movie was from Albert Brooks, who was awesome. You may remember him as Marlin from Finding Nemo, and also some of the various work he's done with The Simpsons and all sorts of stuff over the years. And his performance as a side character, Tiberius the Red Hawk, was really awesome. I love it.
Yeah, very serious in that role.
Very serious.
That kind of adds to some comedic timing.
Then you had Gidget, who's Max's neighbor and love interest of the film, and she spearheads the rescue mission of trying to find Max and Duke when they go missing.
Yeah, she was quite the firecracker.
Yeah, she definitely was. She was actually pretty good. She had
kind of cute.
Yeah. Still, you know, her part didn't have a lot of meat to bite into, so she did the best with what she had and did pretty well.
Yeah.
But really, yeah, not a lot of standout performances in this movie. It's too bad.
But it does sound like it's going to get a sequel.
Is it really?
Yeah, I've looked at some of their plans for the next couple of years, and I mean, I'm not surprised that it made money. I mean, it's a movie about pets. People love animals.
Yeah,
I love animals.
School's out. You got to
rats.
take the kids to go see some nice family feature, and why not Secret Life of Pets?
Yeah, see.
Well, that's good for it. It had a big budget. I don't have it written down, but I think it was over $600 million or something.
Yeah.
So, well, good for them for getting that money back, because that's a big budget.
Yeah, that was another reason why Ghostbusters kind of lost its steam at the box office, because people wanted to see this pet movie.
Yeah, Secret Life of Pets actually destroyed Ghostbusters. How about that?
That and the Suicide Squad.
Oh yes, Suicide Squad.
We might see later. I don't know.
Big opening weekend, which with a movie like that, you know, and a marketing campaign like that, of course it was gonna have a big opening weekend. But the viewership is quickly declining. Word of mouth is not doing that movie any favors.
Yeah.
I haven't seen it yet, so I can't comment on that.
Yeah, but
The Secret Life of Pets. What else can we talk about? The like you said, the pacing was kind of all over the place.
Yeah, kind of on fast forward for most of the time.
Yeah, which is, I'm not sure why. Maybe they had too many ideas for this movie they're trying to throw in.
Too many ideas, too many characters,
a
two
lot
plot
of
lines,
useless characters in this movie.
Trying to fill in the screen time.
The animation was pretty good. It looked nice.
Yeah,
I thought the color palette was
it was bright.
Very bright.
Yeah,
all the time, colorful, warm looking. Despite the tone of the scenes, I think they could have played around with the colors in a lot of those scenes.
Yeah,
I felt it was
especially in the sewers and some of the late nights scenes.
Yeah, they could have used some more blue tones, some cooler colors, maybe some, I don't know, something more dramatic. I thought it was, again, this movie didn't take a lot of risks. Same thing with the art style. Not a lot of risks with it, so.
Yeah.
Oh, well.
Maybe they're using it to help fund whatever other projects they have going.
What, by being lazy with the animation on this? They had a $600 million budget here. Come on.
I pretty much said all I wanted.
Yeah, I don't have a lot else to say about that.
But let's move on to the main feature that we did see tonight.
Kubo and the Two Strings.
But first, the trailers.
God damn, the trailers, right.
As we were coming in, they were playing a trailer for Storks. I think it's from Warner Brothers and their 3D animation studios.
I was already kind of rolling my eyes at this one a little bit. You know?
Yeah, I felt like they were giving too many of their gags away. I mean, The Secret Life of Pet kind of did the same thing, but I don't know.
These trailers are too goddamn long, man.
Yeah.
All these trailers are. Again, you've got someone who's lost and they're trying to find their family, and then the baby's trying to find their family, and
the
it's a
stork's
family
trying to help
movie.
out, and I don't know what else to say about it, really. But
yeah, it does not have my interest at all.
yeah, and then they showed a trailer of The Wildlife,
Oh yeah,
which
is
to the rest of the world is called Robinson Crusoe.
Crusoe. Yeah, the
I think it's
classic
yeah,
tale.
from
It's
the
been
1900s.
adapted many times.
Yeah, I think it's from the 1700s.
I'm not
Really
exactly
old-
sure.
Yeah, I've never read this story, but it's a really old book, and
Yeah, there's
apparently
tons
it's
of
well known.
adaptation.
Yeah.
That trailer, it was kind of the annoying trailer where they kind of invent gags by re-editing scenes around.
It's also about animals for the most
Again,
part,
yeah,
but
it's an animal
with
movie.
human characters here sprinkled there.
But a lot of scenes where they'd show like a gag or something, and then it would show a clip from a scene that's clearly from a completely different scene of a character like reacting to the joke. Looks like they showed a lot of stuff from the climax of the movie, so I don't feel like I'm missing out by not seeing that one. The animation not particularly strong either.
Yeah, I think the budget is relatively the same as Secret Lives of Pets, but a little less. I would have to look at the numbers again.
I don't know. I have a feeling it's a lot less than Secret Life of Pets.
Probably the least interesting trailer. I don't know.
Yeah, was not into it. Then the third trailer, Sing. This was probably the best trailer out of the three. Again, an animal movie, another animated movie starring
animal trailers.
That's the hot thing this season, I guess. Yeah. Animated movies starring animals, and why not? Zootopia did really well for itself. So
I still haven't seen that one.
Let's keep the animal movies going, right? Oh yeah, and Finding Dory.
Damn it!
Yeah, this is the year.
Wow.
Yeah. I thought it was the best trailer. It had the best pacing to it. I feel like
even though it's about a singing contest,
it's about
coming of age type of story, but
like
as a trailer, it was put together better than the other two.
And they didn't give away too much of the music, and clearly that movie is going to be about watching
have quite a bit of
all the
music.
vocal performances from the voice actors and performers, and that's going to be the hook of that movie.
I believe it's made by the same people of Secret Lives of Pets.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, it looks more interesting than Secret Life of Pets was, so
yeah. So
maybe I'll check it out.
Keeping themselves busy.
I'll keep an open mind about that one. The other two, I'm going in with some prejudice. Okay, let's talk about Kubo.
Oh yeah.
I'm excited to talk about this. Yeah, I absolutely love this movie.
Yeah. I think it was the second trailer that we saw when we went to see Warcraft.
That's right. And of all the trailers we saw that evening, that was the only one where, when it was done, I knew I needed to see this movie.
Yeah, that was a green light.
Yep. Very well put together trailer. This movie was just great. Let's see. It was directed by Travis Knight, who's most of his career he's been an animator, and of recent years he's been a lead animator on a lot of projects. The first time we saw something made by him was the Gary and Mike show.
Yeah,
he didn't make it, but he was an animator.
Yeah, he was an animator for that and for the PJs,
which
was a bit more successful. And
since worked on movies like Coraline, Box Trolls, Paranormal, Norman.
Yeah, so, I haven't seen any of those films, but apparently they did fairly well.
They're all pretty. This studio, Leica Studios, is it? Yeah, Leica Studios. Yeah. They've had a great run of animated films. They're doing very well for themselves. Their stop motion animation is top notch. None of their movies have been horrible yet. This very good studio. Keep an eye on this studio.
Definitely.
I would be really hard pressed to come up with negatives about Kubo and the Two Strings.
Yeah, that's the one thing I've been dreading about this review, is trying to find stuff to criticize about.
It's just great. As soon as the credits were done rolling, like, I had a big smile on my face. It's just a very enjoyable movie. Okay, so the story is about Kubo, and he's being protected by his mother in a cave by the sea.
Kind of sick.
Yeah,
and
there's clearly something wrong with her. They don't go into detail right away that...
Yeah, so the boy is kind of... I mean, Kubo, he's taking care of his mother. But
and he's a storyteller, and he tells stories by playing music. And
yeah, with the... Is it called a koto? That string instrument he plays?
I think it's a koto, but don't take our word for it. We could be wrong. If we're wrong, I'll correct it down here.
Yes.
But yeah, traditional Japanese instrument, and he plays music and tells stories. And with this music and magic, he is able to fold paper like origami. Although they do joke later in the movie that it's not exactly origami. It looks like they use scissors for some of it. But with paper, he creates figurines that play out the stories that he's telling, and he makes money that way and captivates the village he lives near.
And it seems that the one of these stories that he tells is may not be as fictional as it appears to be.
Yeah, so he's telling the story of Hanzo, the samurai, which is probably a take of Hattori Hanzo, which is a famous samurai that is used in all sorts of stories and media across multiple
rather
forms of art.
Famous figure.
Yeah, so that's where I think that name comes from.
Yeah.
And it turns out Hanzo is his father, who died protecting Kubo, and Kubo isn't allowed to go out after dark because apparently if he does, the evil that's hunting him and his mother will be able to find him. And of course this eventually happens, and he learns much more about his mother's and father's past. He's protected by
a monkey.
Yeah, a monkey.
And a warrior beetle.
Yeah, the monkey is a charm that he carries in his pocket and comes to life when the story kicks off. And then they run into a knight who has amnesia. There's a lot of people with bad memories.
But apparently he was like a former warrior of Kubo's father, and
once they all hook up, they know that he knows that he has to serve Kubo and his adventure till the end of the story, and that's what he does. The animation in this movie is just awesome. The stop motion animation, this studio has taken it to the next level.
Yeah, there's times where I forgot that it was stop motion.
Yeah, the animations, the facial expressions, the articulation, and all the muscles in the face and everything was just absolutely excellent in the way they executed.
Mm-hmm.
The emotion in these characters' face was just so good. Better than a lot of live actors out there. These puppets and miniatures acted their asses off.
Yeah, and the voice cast behind them definitely earned their paychecks.
Oh yeah, everyone did. Monkey's played by Charlize Theron, who's having a great run as an actress. Kubo is played by Art Parkinson, which I admit I do not know anything about this actor.
Yeah, I don't pretend to know anything about anyone.
Yeah, but did an excellent job as Kubo. You had Matthew McConaughey. On paper, I wouldn't have been like... I'd be like, okay, yeah, it'll probably be fine. But he did a good job in this.
Yeah.
He did a good job. He was endearing. He was funny. He didn't sound like, the character that he's of course famous for. These high school girls.
Yeah.
I mean, he certainly has some... Same age.
I mean, he certainly has some comedic moments, but he's serious when he needs to be.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And it works.
Oh, the fight choreography in this movie, very, very good. There's great action beats. Legitimately scary film at times.
Yeah, particularly when they're out at sea.
Yeah, and also when the evil first manifests itself and is chasing Kubo. Very, very, very scary scenes. Very dramatic lighting, good use of color. Much better use of color than Secret Life of Pets, I'll tell you that.
It was a very colorful movie. And like you said, it had good lighting.
The blending of stop motion miniatures with 3D animation was absolutely seamless. Just breathtaking scenery. Yeah, nothing bad to say about the art style and animation.
Great soundtrack.
Yeah, great soundtrack by Dario Marianelli. I don't know anything about this guy, but very good soundtrack with a lot of traditional Japanese music. that really served the movie well. And a movie like this needed good music because, of course, Kubo uses his magic by playing the koto, and if you didn't have a good
instrument.
if you didn't have a good soundtrack, it would have been annoying every time he played that instrument to do anything. But no, it was all very good. The storyline, while predictable at times, is executed so well that you can forgive those moments where you can see what's about to happen. Man, this is arguably the best movie of the year. I won't be surprised if this is going to be movie of the year on a lot of people's lists.
I mean, I don't know how much footage that they shot for this movie, but I mean, I almost felt like nothing was really left out, but I'm sure there were. But yet, I think they really did a good job with the time length overall.
Yeah, very, very good editing. The cuts between shots was very well paced.
I mean, if there's one nitpicky thing that you could really pick is the probably the credit song kind of caught me off guard. Not that it was bad, but I didn't expect to hear a cover of
While My Guitar Gently
Weeps by John Lennon
George Harrison.
George Harrison, yeah.
Yeah, that did catch me off guard a little bit, but I mean, it wasn't horrible.
Yeah, I mean,
it was pretty good.
It was used in the trailers.
Yeah. Once the vocals kicked in, it definitely felt a little bit strange, but the music composition was still pretty good.
Yeah, it was fine for the most part.
Man, I love this movie.
Yeah,
I really do. I think this is the best movie I've seen this year.
I would give this Twin Opinion seal of approval. See it in theaters. It's worth your money. And
yeah, buy it when it comes out. Buy the soundtrack. The soundtrack was available before the movie was.
Really hard for me to find anything bad to say about it. I really had a good time.
And get this, the budget was about $60 million.
60 million?
60 million compared to Secret Life of Pets, where it was almost 600 million. What's that about?
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
What's that about? These independent studios are able to do great things with less money, I guess.
Yeah. Well, they're definitely gonna earn their buck for this one.
Yeah, and I don't expect them to make a sequel to this movie. They don't really have to. This story speaks for itself, and it's great. They don't need to pile anything on top of this lore, and I wish the studio luck on their next project, whatever it may be. I already want to see it.
So is there any other movies coming up that we could probably see next? I mean, there's that Sausage Party movie, but...
that could be the next movie we review. Could actually be Sausage Party.
Yeah, so until then, keep an eye on some of our other videos that will hopefully be uploaded once this guy gets off of his...
If I can get my butt in gear, Roller Games is going to be our next video game review.
Yeah.
Anyway, thanks for watching. You all have a good one. Cheers.
Cheers.
Thank you for watching. We hope you enjoyed the video. Twin Opinion cares about your opinion, and your participation keeps us alive. So share your comments, hit that like button, and subscribe to the channel. You can also find Twin Opinion on Facebook or visit our website at asamiarrow.com.